So the Korean book that started the 4B movement is called Kim JiYoung, born in 1982. Sorry it took me a while to get to this, but thank you, Ina Marie, for reminding me. So here I go. Kim JiYoung, born 1982, is a book written by Cho Nam-ju. This woman right here. So this book was inspired from partially her experience because she was a TV writer for a very long time and she took a break when she had her baby. And when she wanted to come back to work, she found out that it was really difficult to get back to work after having her child. So during her hiatus while she was raising her kid and between writing as a TV writer for 10 years and then taking that break and trying to come back to writing, during that time, she did a lot of research as a sociologist because she had a degree from Ewha University in Korea, which is a prestigious school for women in Korea, where she actually got a degree as a sociologist. She did a lot of research on women, women's rights, and women's role in Korea, and she used a lot of those facts that she discovered into this novel that she wrote. Kim JiYoung, born 1982. And Kim JiYoung is supposed to be just a normal, everyday Korean woman. Nothing special. She's not supposed to be anyone that was extraordinary. This was the average woman that, anybody, Jane Doe, Smith. Probably why it was so universal and why a lot of women in Korea were able to relate to Kim JiYoung because she was ordinary. And these experiences that she wrote of was pretty much experiences of all Korean women. And the book is about a millennial who basically did everything right that she was supposed to as her role as a girl growing up in Korea, being pretty much second class citizen from her brother getting the favored treatment. Then, she goes to college, does everything right. Basically, everything that she's supposed to do, she does it right. Then she gets married and gets a job in a corporate setting. Then, her and her husband discuss having a baby, and then she becomes a mom, and she realizes, like, so this book kind of basically goes through her whole life, and she looks back at the whole thing, and she's not happy with where she's come, doing everything pretty much what she was supposed to be doing. And she kind of picks apart all the injustices that's happened to her throughout her life, because she was of the female species. So I guess it's kind of like thinking, hey, things are gonna get better when I get older and I get this and I get that, and shit never got better. It just was constantly the same crap where she was always being treated like second class citizen. And a big chunk of it is in the corporate setting, trying to make a living, but she always found that she was being treated even second class citizen to her co-workers that are male. So the company already knew that women, just because they're women, were not going to stick around, that once they get pregnant, they quit. And as a corporation, knowing that and having that knowledge, or pre-assuming that knowledge that a woman is going to quit after she has a baby, they overwork the women and underpay them, basically using them as much as they can before the women basically quits, and they take better care of the men, thinking more of longevity with the men. She also discusses the women that did stick around in the corporate setting. Basically, you have to sacrifice versus men. They don't have to. They could have a wife that takes care of the babies, and they could still have a family and still have a very successful career. So it's kind of like she's going through a midlife crisis, identity crisis, like all in one. And to me, the part where everything is highlighted and accentuated, and where everything kind of hits it home for her, is when she's sitting at a park with her baby, and she's taking her baby for a walk, and she's just having a cup of coffee, and she overhears some strangers talking shit about her, basically because she's a housewife, and they're like, oh, the life of luxury, oh, how nice it must be to be not working, when as a stay-at-home mom at that time with the college degree, she has sacrificed to be home with her kid, and she's being talked about demeaningly because she's now a stay-at-home mom, and being stay-at-home mom, doing everything and not really even having time for herself. So this book was released in 2016, but it gained traction when there was a bunch of reviews done online in 2017. Then it joined the whole feminist movement, the 4B movement. Before the 4B movement, it was called Escape the Corset movement, which I talked briefly about on my other post about the whole 4B thing. So this book also talks about sexual harassment and all the pitfalls that women have to face in today's society in Korea. So this book sold over 1 million copies and it's been translated into 18 languages. And the book sales shot up once this book was gifted to the president of South Korea. Then the book sales skyrocketed. So Cho Nam-ju right here, she was able to quit her job as a screenwriter for 10 years working for TV and then having a child and coming back with this novel and getting a 10-book deal after that. So I guess there's hope for the rest of us that actually chose our children or our kid over our career. If you could write a book that takes the whole culture by a storm. I am an Amazon affiliate, and just like Cho Nam-ju, I've also taken a hiatus from my career to be with my kid, and I am supporting him to be an Olympian. So if you could click on the link in my bio and purchase this book, it would greatly help the Olympic Fund. Oh, and also I forgot to say that you could get this on Audible, which is the best way as a mom because you're running around. You could just listen to it. And also there is a movie out. I think it is on Netflix. I haven't watched it, so I don't know what it's like, but check it out.